Alrighty, in an amazing turn of events, there was a video that came out just a little while ago, within a few hours ago, that Elon Musk is apparently talking about WaterCar, a Tesla hydrogen car. Previously, he had talked about them as fools. Fuel cells are fool cells. However, it looks that there's a change in the course of action that he's going. Now, I've been talking about the combination of Tesla electric vehicles and charging systems to go ahead and make perpetual driving machines. And I've got videos, one of them it's on Odyssey, where you can see it if you care to. Very interesting. It was blocked because of copyright infringements, apparently, and yet it allowed me to see the thumbnail. It was a kind of a sneaky way of trying to get me to think that it was visible to others when it was just visible to me. Anyway, I've got it featured on my Facebook. So if you go to Robert Forsch on Facebook, you'll find it. I wanted to keep all the hashtags out of the title and just give it something to work with, the Tesla WaterCar. See what they do with that. Should it go viral? Well, absolutely. We can clean and power the world on water. How about that? Wouldn't that be nice? So actually, the Stanley Meyer technology, using frequency and voltage to basically create 17 times the energy of the input. So it wasn't just a little over unity, it was basically using water as a more powerful fuel than gasoline, or even possibly more powerful than diesel. And I've got videos that are also attached to that Facebook post that has the original Stanley Meyer video with millions and millions of views, and it was blocked by YouTube. So in this game of cat and mouse censorship, I try and work over all the different platforms. So I'm on all that I can be. Hopefully I'm going to be reinstated on X. That'd be just great. In the YouTube video talking about not only water cars, but neuroscience, brain, mind control technology, or actually looking at it from a benevolent standpoint of helping people with neurological and mobility issues to overcome that with technology. So I'm not anti-technology, of course. I've leveraged the portable worldwide communications network that I'm exposing for the hazards that it is to humanity, as well as the benefits also. So there's benevolent applications for all this. Interesting that they combined the two in the same video. And it's a video, Elon Musk zone, with over 1.5 million subscribers or so. So it's actually a pretty large channel to be talking about that. So if anybody can see my comment in there where I said hashtag hydroelectric car, that would be interesting. If you narrow down the search to only hydroelectric car, you'll see me. That video that got blocked was in my YouTube playlist when I sent it to over 1,000 world leaders, influencers, Vladimir Putin, Zelensky, Elon Musk, the Clintons, Ferrari, Koenigsegg, all the different manufacturers of power generation and distribution, Touchstone Energy, the military industrial complex, Oshkosh Defense, Oshkosh Truck. So when I send a playlist with 5,000 videos covering the whole picture, I'm not just telling them that I'm telling on them, I'm showing what they're doing and who's involved in doing it. Isn't that special? That's how I roll. When I say I'm not afraid to live, die, or tell the truth, I'm literally not kidding. I'm not making this stuff up. So what I'm going to do in this video, as it's a bit of an advertisement, I'll have links that go to my playlist, my YouTube channel, and some of the other platforms that I'm on that will show that I've been talking about cleaning and powering the world with water, the Stanley Meyer technology, for the better part of a decade. I didn't develop it, I just found it. But almost 20 years ago, it was about 17 years ago, I actually wrote down how, on a legal pad, how to have an electric semi with regenerative braking on the tractor and the trailer. That was way before Elon talked about the electric semi. I just extrapolated from the Toyota Prius that I'm driving now. I test drove one of the first generations in like 2004, and I thought, wow, you could supersize this. You could supersize it with semis in that. And apparently that was a good enough idea to make it happen. So even though maybe officially Tesla doesn't make semi-trailers, it would be easy enough to put the power generating, harvesting electrics on to partner with an existing trailer manufacturing company. Yeah, retrofit a lot of trailers. Have four plaid motors and a battery bank, a mega battery underneath the opportunity space beneath the trailer bed. And then you could have a magnetron generator. There's also permanent magnet motor generators or electromagnet motors that can create more electricity, many times more than it takes to operate them. I believe we're about to see it happen. I've been talking about it for a long time. The Crazy Channel has a magnetron generator that apparently creates quite a bit of electricity with just magnets, enough to run power tools, and you could charge a battery. There's the Earth Engine out of Arizona using that same over Unity technology, actually accessing the 0-point energy field. And then of course there's Joseph Newman, that you can see the documentary Newman on YouTube Movies and other videos on YouTube about the device that he created to tap into the 0-point energy field. He was on Johnny Carson in the 70s. Stanley Meyer was, I believe, murdered because he would not sell out his technology. It was eventually, by his own words, determined by the National Defense, the Pentagon, NASA, the executive branch of the government. His technology was determined to be an issue of national security. So in his own words, he said he's not able to determine what's going to happen with it. He had patents on it and everything. You can cut steel, melt rock, heat a house, and create electricity. Way more electricity than the input is required to molecularly disassociate the water into its constituent parts of oxygen and hydrogen. So about 4 years ago, I interacted with a SpaceX employee that eventually blocked me when I mentioned Stanley Meyer. We were interacting. They, or she, I believe it was a she, mentioned there's not enough energy density in hydrogen. I'm talking energy density in water, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You can see the videos. I've got one that's 5 minutes long that's still up there, and it was a combination of my own narration, and you can see some of the components of the Elon Musk video, or Elon Musk fan video, where they're featuring some of the very clips that are in my Odyssey video that used to be on YouTube as well as the 5-minute video showing the Hindenburg blowing up, and the reality, let's see, what is Reality Kings, I believe, did the molecular disassociation and explosions. I actually, a decade ago, I put a HHO generator on a supercharged Buick Park Avenue and averaged over 38 miles to the gallon driving across country. So it's legitimate. The technology is legitimate. For those that say you can't get more energy out than you put in, I would just like to politely and respectfully draw your attention to pumping oil out of the ground, refining it, and then the distribution of it. You get way more out than you put in. Same thing with coal, uranium, and natural gas. With what's convenient about water is that it's right up at the surface as well, and it will actually add moisture back into the atmosphere. It's a perfect fit. In a device, in a car that's generating its own hydroxygen, you can also close the circuit of the air system in the cabin and have oxygen and hydrogen released into the breathing area if you want to. That's another option. If you had an event where you wanted to not breathe in the air outside of the cabin, like in fire defense, like a Cybertruck with run-flat tires that could be working in the rugged terrain of Cal Fire out there. I used to live in California, ride a dirt bike, an enduro out in the desert in military zones and that. I've got a very diverse background. This video, this live stream, will be going right up next to the other information that I've been exposing for years about the combination of water and electricity, HHO generation, and what's happened with some of the energy or engine designs. There's axial flux and radial flux motors that can be used as a turbine to generate electricity. There's several motor types that I'm going to put together, or what I should say is I'm going to put up into my playlist with the announcement of the video that Tesla is going to make a WaterCar. You can see it all around there. And then I've got the brain sciences, neuroscience, mind control, health and wellness, nutrition. It's a research library of how to know what's going on in the world today. What's going on in your body, what's going on in your soul. We're a bioenergy field living inside of a physiological unit. They're not only cloning meats, they clone Dolly the sheep, and apparently they've cloned people. And I've got videos and posts that cover that as well. When science fiction became reality, who knows? It's also a method of predictive programming, or what's viewed by the controllers as also as preemptive programming. So when somebody sees that, that's science fiction. The Matrix, Minority Report, The Truman Show, that's all science fiction. Well, I got news for you. I've got some good news, some scary news. It's more of a reality than most people care to consider. So what are you going to do about it? We can also power our bodies with powerful electrolytes and highly purified water to have our bioelectric system operating at peak efficiency. So a healthy sea salt is very good for electrical activity of the neurotransmitters in the brain. Healthy fats like olive oil and coconut oil I put the coconut oil on the skin, in my coffee. I love it. I love it. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to all of y'all out there. And so I've got videos where I cover health and wellness. My phone number is an anytime number. There's a lot that I can't talk about specifically, or it'll get flagged as medical misinformation, that type of thing. So I don't know what kind of a stamp they're going to put on this one. Hey, the controllers create the monopoly money out of thin air and buy all the influence and propaganda with it. Nothing to see here, folks. Anyway, it's kind of funny. I find an ironic humor in all of it, and I mix it up with a little bit of sarcasm and sometimes a dry delivery, and I'll laugh at my own stuff and all of that too. I don't mind. I enjoy the ride. I'm actually a born-again Christian. I actually got the upgrade. I'm not handing out an impossible to-do list for people to try and carry out. Now that I'm actually equipped with the presence, power, and perspective of the Holy Spirit, I'm able to do what would be humanly impossible to do. Because it's not me who's doing it. It's Christ who's doing it through me. Jesus Christ, the living Word, the living water, the great I am, the Alpha and Omega. Yeah, that's real too. He's real. So, there you go. Isn't that something to consider? So I have a supernatural immunity and protection and direction from the Almighty to do what would otherwise be a real freaky thing to do. There's a body count around all the things that I'm exposing. I'm basically exposing the truth about everything. So when you're done hearing me talk about this, you might want to happen on over to the link I'll put in a pinned comment and see what you can come up with there. Literally mind-blowing stuff. Mind-blowing technology and reality. How about that? So I'm hoping to pick up a couple of rotisserie chickens from Costco and a couple of pumpkin pies for Thanksgiving. I think that would be pretty cool. I would like that. So the family is doing, what do we call Thanksgiving here? We'll see how that all works out. I'm going to just park this and finish up outside the car. So one of the challenges with using the Toyota Prius as a hydroelectric car, using the motor to create electricity, is it has different computer functions that make it kind of complicated to infuse a lot of oxygen and hydrogen into the waste, or into the intake. And let's see, I want to flip this around without turning it off. I think that's it. Yeah, so it's got a super energy, or a super efficient energy power plant, a little engine that works great for that. And then a battery that harvests brake energy to get it going again. This is a 2008 Prius. There you go. You can call me anytime. And I'm exposing the truth about everything. There you go. That's how I roll. This on the rooftop is for semi-drivers and red light cameras. What's going to happen when we don't need semi-drivers much anymore? When they're autonomous vehicles. So I'm not saying that the automation and AI is all bad. Interacting regularly and transparently with this system to expose the truth, I want to help develop empathy. I care. I want to see empathy in the system of the AI control grid. So, this is Robert Forsch with the truth about everything. Call anytime. Thank you so much.